Uganda's Vision 2040 aspires for a transformed Ugandan society from a peasant to a modern, prosperous country by 2040. We need to harness the mutual endowments we are blessed with. Opportunities abound in key growth sectors like agriculture, industry, trade, and tourism. I therefore implore you to take advantage of this to make profits, expand your enterprises, create jobs, and ultimately contribute significantly to the growth of this economy for God and my country.
A much-deserved standing ovation to Honorable Matia Kasaija, the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, after delivering the 2015-2016 budget speech at the International Conference Center, where he disclosed the welcome news that Uganda's economy had grown tremendously and is now valued at 28.183 trillion shillings, approximately $25 billion. This achievement, as tremendously pointed out by the minister, has been realized due to considerable efforts by government and the private sector. Uganda Development Bank Limited, UDBL, which was set up to help the economy achieve sustainable growth, has played a catalytic role in this process by financing many of the projects that have led to this growth. This contribution has not gone unnoticed by government, thus the commitment to provide more funds to the bank in the 2015-2016 financial year.
Government will increase the capitalization of the Uganda Development Bank from the current shillings 100 billion up to 500 billion over the medium term.
Established by the government of Uganda in 1972 with a mandate to promote and finance development in the different economic sectors, UDBL has gone ahead to pursue this mission by funding projects that are in line with the country's development aspirations, particularly agriculture, agro-processing, extractive industry, manufacturing, health, trade and commerce, tourism, hotel and hospitality, education, infrastructure, construction and real estate, as well as oil and gas, among other sectors. "75% of Uganda's working population is engaged in agriculture. This is the basis of UDBL's support to the agricultural sector from the onset. In the interest of improving incomes and livelihoods of rural farmers, coupled with a need to promote food security, UDBL introduced a fund to a maximum of 500 million shillings. The fund, which seeks to assist members who cannot raise adequate collateral, is available to registered farmer groups and cooperatives consisting between 5 to 400 people. Individual members can get up to $25,000 or its Ugandan equivalent. Qualifying groups should have similar financial needs: a well-structured leadership constitution, memorandum and articles of association, group's resolution to borrow, and off-taker agreement, among other requirements. Conscious of the fact that farmers are not able to access financing until after harvesting, this loan tenure is available in accordance with the crop cycle. Under this facility, the bank has also gone ahead to provide a reduced interest rate of between 10 to 12% per annum and crop insurance. In spite of having a lot of agricultural resources, a good climate, and rich fertile soils, Uganda has not been able to fully explore its agricultural potential due to mechanical limitations, which sees the country sell most of their produce without value addition. In order to help Uganda realize its full agricultural potential, UDBL has dedicated lines of credit at concessional terms for primary processing and value addition activities, whether startup, modernization, or expansion in the areas of grain milling, cleaning and storage, dairy, sugar processing, meat processing, fruit processing, vegetable oil processing, tea processing, cotton ginning, fish processing, and canning, among others. This facility is available to incorporate entities with adequate collateral, preferably landed property. Applications for this facility should also have a minimum equity contribution of 60% of the total project for startups and 40% for running projects. The agro-processing facility also enjoys a reduced interest rate of between 10 to 12% per annum, with a medium-term period of 2 to 5 years and a long-term facility of 5 to 10 years. While Uganda is making impressive progress in the manufacturing sector, manufacturing levels are still low, and part of this poor performance is attributed to limited access to finance facilities, high commercial bank interest rates, and short loan periods. However, in line with Government of Uganda's commitment to push for manufacturing as a dynamic engine for the country's economic growth, UDBL has committed huge financial resources to financing incorporated entities in the manufacturing sector, a development that has not only led to increased production, but introduction of new products to the market. The bank also supported acquisition of production machinery, construction, expansion, and modernization of manufacturing facilities. An incidental working capital is also available under this facility. The facility is available to existing entities with an equity contribution of 40% of the project cost and adequate collateral, preferably landed property. Startups with a 60% contribution of the total project cost also qualify to apply for this facility. Beneficiaries are either given a 2 to 5 year medium-term loan or 5 to 10 year long-term loan. This facility also enjoys reduced interest rates of 13% per annum for medium-term loans and 12.5% rate per annum. UDBL also fills in the missing finance gaps in the flow of goods and services between different actors in the various trade and related value chain by availing trade services and products that meet the various needs of traders. Traders with shipping documents can easily access products like import and export letters of credit, short-term loans, structured trade, as well as commodity finance that they pay at an agreed future date without interest, save for a 2% appraisal fee, 0.5% advisory fee, 0.3% confirmation fee, and a 0.5% quarterly commission. These fees and commission is charged on letter of credit amount. Clients with landed property, commodities, fixed deposits, corporate guarantees, or Bank of Uganda bonds can be issued bid bonds to support different contractors and service providers in both local and foreign currency without paying interest on issued guarantees for a period of 1 year. UDBL recognizes that for meaningful economic development to be realized, the country has to enjoy a fully developed infrastructure. To this effect, UDBL has taken keen interest in supporting infrastructural developments by providing bonds, guarantees, contractor financing to contractors on road and other major civil works projects. The bank also finances renewable energy with emphasis on mini hydro, solar energy, and solar power plants, with base interest rates of 13% for medium-term loans and 12.5% for long-term loans. Increased demand for accommodation, offices, and commercial buildings due to high population growth, growing middle class, and availability of international community in Uganda has led to a high housing demand. This has rendered real estate as one of the fastest growing sectors in the country. However, UDBL views housing as a development issue to be supported if the government's vision of improved livelihoods is to be achieved. In this spirit, UDBL supports incorporated entities with adequate collateral to acquire and develop residential, commercial, and industrial warehouses for letting or sale. Beneficiaries are given medium-term loans of 2 to 5 years and long-term loans of 5 to 10 years. However, developers seeking to purchase land for starting a business project cannot benefit from this category. In line with the government's 2040 vision that seeks to improve people's welfare, livelihoods, and economic development, Uganda Development Bank Limited supports sectors like education, health, tourism, and hospitality, all of which have a trickle-down effect on the overall national economy by providing incorporated entities with adequate collateral financial facilities at very low interest rates of 14% for short-term loans, 13% for medium-term loans, and 12.5% interest rate for long-term loans. For Uganda to achieve a national development, it must have an informed and skilled citizenry that can effectively participate in its development agenda. This makes education a priority area for UDBL's support. The bank therefore invests in supporting construction of schools, expansion or modernization projects in existing schools, acquisition of scholastic facilities and laboratory equipment, and acquisition of school shuttles and vehicles for other school operations. The commonly used saying of "a healthy population is a wealthy one" resonates with UDBL's vision of supporting development of facilities that ease medical access. In this light, UDBL provides hospital and health facility construction, medical and nursing training facilities, as well as acquisition of medical equipment. Tourism and hospitality is one of the country's main economic activity. It directly benefits communities, particularly rural areas which lack employment. Tourism is also one of Uganda's leading foreign exchange earner. Uganda Development Bank Limited has been supporting government efforts to promote the sector through providing hotel development and ecotourism development facilities. For further inquiries about the highlighted projects in this video or any other products you may be interested in, we invite you to meet our team of committed staff and management for inquiries and preliminary discussions at our offices. Our website, www.udbl.co.ug, also carries a lot of information that will address a lot of questions you may have. Better still, you may email inquiries to info@udbl.co.ug or call +256 414 355 5556.